The Davenport men's basketball team is on its way to the national tournament in Branson, Missouri. The drawing held on Wednesday night, and the Panthers are a number 3 seed in their bracket. They'll take on Tabor, Kansas, a 6 seed, on Thursday at 12:45 Michigan time. Joining me right now, the head coach, Burt Paddock, and senior co-captain Kevin Rich to talk a little bit about this. Burt, before we talk about the tournament itself, got to be a little bit of nostalgia going through your bones right now, because with the move up to Division II next year, this will be the last time that you and your team goes to Branson, a tournament that has been very special to you and your program through the years.
Yeah, I've been trying not to think about that a whole lot today, Rick. I had a couple of raters. I'm on the committee for ratings around the country, and a couple of guys asked me about that and actually started making my mind think a little bit that way, and it's a little bittersweet. I'll miss it. It's a special time of the year, a special time to spend a great amount of time with your family and your team as you go on that great trip, and even though it's our last one, we're hoping to make it the best one ever.
And something that you pointed out to me before my first trip there that I've seen and you continue to talk about is how well run the tournament is there and in Branson.
Yeah, they've had it there for many years. I think they're going to have it through 2019. They just got that approved not too long ago, and there's no reason not to have that thing there forever. It's a great town. The people really open their arms to all the teams. The hotels are great. The places to eat, the location, the gym, the setting there is just tremendous for our 32 teams to all ascend on one place. It's a great atmosphere and really good experience for the kids.
Coach, you knew going in you were going to be in the tournament. You didn't know where the seed bid, who you'd play, what time you would play. You're going to play Tabor, Kansas early. What do you know about them? Obviously, any team there is pretty good.
You know, you said it yourself. They've won their league. They've won their league so many times in a row. They've been to the tournament. They've had a lot of experience out there just like we do. The one thing we've kind of tried to stress to our kids here the last couple of weeks, I'm a firm believer in this, that it's all about us. We're going to worry about them. We're going to try to think about some things and take away their strong suits. But I want us to go out there and make sure we're just playing Davenport basketball, both ends of the floor, playing incredibly hard. If we do that, one, we'll enjoy the experience, and two, I think the wins and losses will take care of themselves.
We'll come back to Coach in a minute here, but first, Kevin Rich joins us right now. And Kevin, before we talk again about the game specifically, let's talk about maybe the pride as a conference with the WAC getting 3 teams, Cornerstone and Aquinas, as well as yourself, and that's a point of pride also.
It is, and that's kind of how it's been the last couple of years. You know, I think it shows that some of the teams from our conference don't always have the most wins. I know we've gone in there with a lot of wins before, but we do have a stronger strength of schedule than some of the other teams coming from different parts of the country and different conferences. So I think that just shows that throughout the year we are tested, and then I think that just prepares us more going into the tournament.
Well, you would have liked to had certainly a couple more games to play, or one more game at least to play in the conference tournament. I thought, Kevin, the win in the regular season finale at Indiana Tech was really a rallying point for this team as far as the postseason.
It was, and it's unfortunate that we weren't able to play in the conference tournament championship. But I think that last game really showed us what we're able to do. Some points to build off of going into this tournament with just some confidence. You know, if we can just drop our last game and kind of forget what happened there, and just knowing what we can do and how good of a team we really are.
Last year in the national tournament, you already had a good season, but you took your game to another level in Branson, Kevin. What will you tell the younger players, like Robbie Bramhill, who haven't experienced this tournament yet?
Well, it's a different kind of pressure. You know, I remember talking at the end of last season, individual awards are out of the picture now. You know, no one's fighting to get all conference for themselves. It's all about the team now. So going into the national tournament last year, it wasn't necessarily a goal of mine to go score more points. It was just finding openings, trying to do as much as I could to help the team. And I just found myself in situations where I was scoring more points, getting more rebounds, and fortunately that translated to more wins for the team too.
All right, Coach, let's talk a little bit about the travel plans, where the team, when you will leave, and the travel getting down there, and what will happen before you actually take the court on Thursday.
Well, you know, it's very interesting. Our school's been so great to us. We actually will leave on Saturday, and we'll stop halfway. We'll stop in St. Louis and kind of give the guys a break. It's a long trip. People don't realize it's 10, 11 hours to get from here to Branson, Missouri. So we'll break it up a little bit there, stay overnight in Springfield, and we'll arrive the next day in Branson. Tonight, kind of an interesting thing. It's really fun that we'll get a bunch of emails tonight, and we'll find out what hotel we're staying in and a bunch of things like that. And so all night tonight and all day tomorrow, we'll be making arrangements for where we're staying and when we're eating and where we're going and all that stuff. And we try to make it an incredible experience for our kids. We'll do some things off the floor. We'll try to do some community service while we're down there. But more than anything, we'll try to go down there and take care of business, try to win as many games as we possibly can with this special group of kids.
Well, I know you rely on your veterans like Kevin and Nick to pass the word on. But what will you tell? What will you and the staff tell the youngsters about the tournament? The rapid fire games and everything.
Well, I think that's the one thing that we're very lucky to have the experience. When you go down there your first couple times, you're told when to go and when to come and where you're going, and it's really gets you out of your element. And I think that having older guys, Nick and Kevin and David and those types of kids in our program to be able to help Robbie and some of the kids that have not been there before, you get 10 minutes to warm up. You got to go take a picture after you get done warming up, and then you get just a couple of seconds to talk to your team, and you're back out on the court again. And it can kind of get you out of your element, kind of get you out of your comfort zone if you're not familiar with what's going on. I think having the older kids there, being able to talk through things and understand what's going to happen will put our kids at ease and make it easier for them to compete when they take the floor on Thursday.
And finally, Kevin, let's go into the locker room before you go to that opening game on Thursday. What will you look for in your teammates, and what do you hope to see in their eyes before you take that court for that first game?
Obviously a level of intensity, but I almost think just seeing them relax, not worrying too much. Obviously it's a big game and there's a lot at stake, but if we just go out and take care of our business and do what we need to do and focus on us as our team, I think we're good enough to beat just about any team there. So I think if we can just be ourselves and not really get too hung up about the atmosphere and just play our game, then I think we'll be in a really good position.
Davenport's men's basketball team will take on Tabor, Kansas, Thursday, March 9th at 12:45 Michigan time in the first round. You can hear all the free audio broadcast of all their games out here, right here on the Davenport Athletics Network. For Coach Burt Paddock and Senior Co-Captain Kevin Rich, I'm Rick Berkey.